Hello and welcome to my preview of the 2009-10 NFL season. Let's take a look at the NFC first, traditionally the weaker of the two conferences. This division first, I think Seattle will walk it really. I can't see Arizona repeating their success of last season, and I don't think San Francisco or St. Louis are anywhere near strong enough to challenge. So with the addition of TJ Houshmandzadeh and with Matt Hasselbeck hopefully being fit for the whole season, I think the Seahawks will have a strong season, but I don't think they'll make it too far into the playoffs. This one's an interesting one with three contenders: Minnesota, Green Bay and Chicago. I think Chicago will just pip the other two with the addition of Jay Cutler, a quality quarterback, to solve their recent problems. Their defense again will have to do well. Brian Urlacher will have to be on top form as he usually is. But I can see a strong season for the Bears, and I see them just edging ahead of Green Bay for the division. Brett Favre at the Vikings will make them challengers, but I think it may be a season too far for him, and they'll have to rely too much on Adrian Peterson. So this one again also looks interesting. We've got some good teams. We've got New Orleans, Tampa, Atlanta and Carolina, who are all good teams. Don't think Tampa are going to be strong enough to really push the other three, so it'll be a straight fight between those three. New Orleans' offense is probably good enough, but I don't think their defense can quite take them to the divisional title. Wildcard challengers without a doubt, but not divisional champions. I think that will go to Atlanta, who, in a quarterback, Matt Ryan, in his second season, hopefully he'll avoid the dreaded second season syndrome, and hopefully he'll go on to really establish himself as one of the league's top quality quarterbacks. And finally, the strongest division in the league, with Washington, Philadelphia, the Giants and Dallas. Can Dallas improve on last season? I think they'll be up there, but I don't think they'll quite manage to pip the Eagles and the Giants in this one. The Giants are a very, very strong team again, with one of the best coaches the league has ever seen in Tom Coughlin. And the Eagles have a strong team as well, and the addition of Mike Vick could be a very interesting one. If McNabb and Westbrook can both stay fit, I see the Eagles taking this division, with the Giants taking a wildcard berth. So, into the AFC. Well, this one, again, is an interesting division. The Dolphins won it last season, but I don't think they'll do so again with Tom Brady fit again. I see the Patriots storming to this title and having a very strong season once again. AFC North is another interesting division with Baltimore and Pittsburgh, two of the best teams in the league, and Cincinnati and Cleveland, who are certainly capable of throwing a spanner in the works. Pittsburgh will be a very strong team once again, the 2008-09 champions. Do I think they can repeat their success? I think they've got a very, very good chance, with Baltimore just following behind them, and Cincinnati and Cleveland both happy to be 500 teams this year. This Division 2 is also a strong one, with the Colts, the Titans and the Jags all challenging for the playoffs. I think the Colts will be back onto form and they'll win this one again, with the Titans following just behind after a very strong season, but a disappointing end last season. I can see the Colts doing well, but I can't see them quite being a Super Bowl team. They're behind the Patriots and the Steelers at the moment. And finally in the AFC is an interesting one again. San Diego should win this division at a canter, but with San Diego you can never really tell how they're going to do. Denver, having lost Jay Cutler, will be severely weakened, but I think they are still a relatively strong team. And then you have the likes of Kansas City to really just fill in. But San Diego should walk this one. So to the playoffs. Well, how do I see it in the AFC? I see the divisional champions being Pittsburgh, New England, Indianapolis and San Diego, and the wildcard teams being Baltimore and Tennessee. So I think through to the AFC Championship game will probably be the Steelers and the Patriots, which will be an absolute stormer of a game, which I'd love to watch. And I can see this time the Steelers getting through again. Although recently in their first game of the season they lost Troy Polamalu, their star safety, so it's going to be quite interesting to see how they cope with the loss of such a strong player at the start of the season. But I think they're a very, very strong team, and I think they will make it to the Super Bowl once again. The NFC is much less predictable. I see the divisional champions as Philadelphia, Seattle, Chicago and Atlanta. Wildcard teams as the Giants and quite probably the Carolina Panthers. The NFC usually sees a couple of shocks, so I think the championship game will probably be between the Eagles and maybe the Giants. And again, that could be an interesting one. It's quite open with those guys in the playoffs. The Eagles, Giants and Falcons, I think, are the 3 strongest teams this season in that division, in that conference even. And I can see this year's Super Bowl being between Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, or maybe the Giants. I hope it's Pittsburgh versus the New York Giants. They're 2 teams I like to watch, but I can see the Eagles just pipping the Giants again. So, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh. I can see Pittsburgh retaining their NFL Super Bowl championship once again. Thank you for watching. Next week, make sure you tune in and catch my Newcastle away trip diary.